I'm Joe Sabalak. Assistant Sports Editor Jose Negron will be joining me shortly as he's getting the interview for the coverage of last game. It was State Farm taking on Cedar Brook Golf Course, and Cedar Brook coming out with a hard-fought, close wire-to-wire victory to keep them at 9-0, and sending them into the first seed in the upcoming playoffs next week. This game will feature a pretty important matchup between Monessen Florist and Lee Supply. Both teams sit at the edge of the playoff race, and whoever wins this game will probably sneak into that fourth spot. So here we have the jump. It will be London Creech and Essence Davis, as it is controlled and fought over by both teams, getting an immediate jump ball. So no possession there, as we'll re-jump. Davis for Monessen Florist. Creech for Lee Supply. Here's the tip again. It's up to Spell over to Lewiston, who misses it for Monessen Florist. Here comes Lee Supply down the other end. London Creech stops, resets, comes to the three-point line, fires one up, and it's no good. Pulled down by Davis, who will throw it long on the right side to Corrado. Resets the offense to the 8th grader, Maggie Spell, who will shoot for three, and she continues her hot shooting. Gets Monessen Florist on the board with a 3-0 lead. Creech will try a three of her own. It's way off, out of bounds, and it'll go down towards Monessen Florist. Lee Supply with a limited bench here tonight. Monessen Florist with 4 on there, so Monessen Florist will obviously have the numbers advantage tonight, as Kate Clark will dump inside to Lewiston, no good. London Creech will cross the timeline up quick. Mid-range jump shot, no good. Clark pulls down the rebound. Up to Corrado. Corrado. Right wing gives to Essence Davis. Davis over to Clark. Clark with the left hand into the lane, and it's blocked partially by a Lee Supply defender. Lewiston fires one up just inside the three-point line, and Monessen Florist will retain as Maggie Spell pulls up just outside the paint, and it's no good. Here comes Lee Supply. Creech to Still. Still knocks down the three. It is 6. That will make it 3-3, excuse me. Excuse me, number 9 is Bria Ringloff, not Stelany Lewiston. My apologies. But Maggie Spell will run the point for Monessen Florist. Gives it to Kate Clark. Gets a screen from Corrado. Corrado will roll and get the ball. She'll go in with her left hand. Nice left-handed drive, and she will get it to go. 5-3. Some fast-paced play here early on. Creech gives to Still. Still drives in, no good. And it is out of bounds. It will stay Lee Supply basketball. Macy Miller will inbounds for Lee Supply. Having some trouble finding someone, gives it to Still. Still drives baseline on Spell, but it's blocked by Bria Ringloff. And Lee Supply will retain possession. So an errant pass by Miller, but somehow retained by Creech. Creech getting harassed. Nice pass into Jasmine Fisher. Off the glass, too strong. It might have been partially blocked. It'll be a foul on number 2, Essence Davis from Monessen Florist. Excuse me, it'll be on Jasmine Fisher for Lee Supply. And Monessen Florist will get the basketball back. Clark over to MVISBL, a deep three. It's off, no good, and here comes Creech, near side. Running the floor is Still gives out to Miller for three, yes. Gives Lee Supply their first lead of the night with just under 13 minutes remaining here, 6-5. Clark guarded closely by Still. Gives it to Essence Davis on the left elbow. She loses it, tries to get it out to Corrado. Some more fight for the ball, and Jasmine Fisher will come up with it. She goes in uncontested on the other end for a layup, 8-5. 12:30 remaining, and here comes a mass substitution for Monessen Florist. Clark over to MVISBL. Near side, near the logo. Guarded by Miller. Gives it to Bria Ringloff. Ringloff with a scoop shot, no good, but there is a foul. And that will be on number 3 for Monessen Florist. Kate Clark. So Ringloff will go to the line for 2. First one is up and no good. In for Monessen Florist is Lainey Yater, Hannah Pugliese, Stelany Lewiston, Riley Corrins, and as Ringloff makes the second one, Macy Justice will check in, the sophomore from Trinity. Still the freshman from West Mifflin inbounds to Creech. We welcome Assistant Sports Editor Jose Negron in as he was just getting finished with that interview. Jose, good to be here with you.
Good to see you, Joe.
Unmute the microphone as we get some fast-paced play here down the other end. Pugliese almost gets hit with a charge. It's going to go off the hands of Lewiston down the other way. So Lee Supply will inbound here. It's going to be some full court pressure from Monessen Florist as that pass is just thrown over the head of Still by Jasmine Fisher. So Monessen Florist with some early pressure and pays off.
Yeah, early 8-6 game. Close one here, first 4 minutes.
Yeah, I mentioned that this is going to be a very important game as Pugliese wide open down low, can't get it to go, gives it outside to Corrins, and the short corner jumper, it's good, ties it up. This is going to be a really important game because both teams are in contention for a playoff spot, and whoever wins this is probably going to make it into that 4th spot as we get a turnover from Lee Supply, but Stelany Lewiston will get called for a travel.
Yeah, big game here for Monessen Florist. They clinch a playoff spot with a victory.
London Creech, the second leading scorer on Lee Supply behind Jasmine Fisher with the ball. Cross court to Miller, who can't get it to go, and here comes Pugliese. Gets it stolen from behind by Still, wide open, and just misses the layup. Could have gave Lee Supply a 2-point lead, but it'll go the other way. Lewiston, corner 3, it's good. Stelany Lewiston makes it an 11-8 game with 11 minutes remaining. Jasmine Fisher will take the ball up with her left hand, gets a screen from Massey. Fisher inside to Creech, who had a pretty good look at a layup and missed that one. And we'll get our first sub of the night for Lee Supply. As we mentioned their limited bench, it's Tatum Olzak, a freshman from Plum. Fisher pump fakes. 18-footer is good for Jasmine Fisher, 11-10.
Big shot there by Jasmine Fisher, showing why she's one of the top scorers here in the girls division.
Yeah, she's definitely a big catalyst for that Lee Supply offense. As Macy Justice with a very deep 3 off the rim, and Creech will control. Creech guarded by Lewiston. Couple dribble moves and log jam in the corner as Jasmine Fisher will try to throw inside to Still into a crowd and Monessen Florist will come up with it. Macy Justice with another 3. Same result, but Pugliese with a good rebound. She falls down, gives the ball right back to Still. Still over the top to Macy Miller. Miller misses a layup. Couple missed layups here from Lee Supply early, as there is a foul going to be called on the floor. It'll be on number 5.
I think he said 4. It's going to be on Pugliese.
Pugliese, because Bella Corrado is not in.
Process of elimination.
Right.
Good job, Joe.
Thanks. I was always a good guy with numbers. As the Macy Miller 3 was an air ball, and Hannah Pugliese on the other end had a wide open layup, but elected to step back, but it'll work out as Macy Justice gets the easy put back. Right place, right time for Macy Justice. Miller pulls up, yes. She is not afraid to shoot the ball and usually works out for her. She's a pretty good three-point shooter. Knots this one back up at 13 with 9:19 remaining.
Big shot there for Macy Miller, and we know that she hasn't played a ton this summer for Caitlin Slagus and this Lee Supply team, but making her presence felt since making her MVISBL debut.
We'll send it over to Jose for some words from our sponsors.
There are a few places that offer the atmosphere, locally sourced ingredients, and an experience like no other than Perked Up Cafe, located at 530 McCain Avenue in Charleroi. Perked Up Cafe offers coffee from La Prima Espresso Company, a local Pittsburgh area roaster. Serving breakfast, lunch, quick pick-me-up snacks, and freshly baked pastries, Perked Up Cafe serves candied bacon, homemade sandwiches and salads, fresh-baked oatmeal, as well as gluten-free options. Wi-Fi available on-site and always willing to support the community and give back. Perked Up Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Valley Sports Guys podcast and local high school sports. Let them know we sent you. You ever been to Perked Up, Joe?
No, I have not. I mentioned earlier in the summer that I was intending to get there one time. So, and then I said that maybe for the Sports Guys podcast we could make an appearance before I go back to school. I know that I was going to come on an episode or two, but ended up that I had to work.
Yeah,
so it's unfortunate. You got to make the money though.
Got to do what you got to do.
Hey, but I would like some good roast coffee and some pastries as well. So.
Perked Up Cafe is the place to go, and we'll be back there for the Valley Sports Guys podcast in a few short weeks.
So we get back underway here. Monessen Florist with the ball. Spell gives it Corrado. Corrado no good, but it's rebounded by Spell. Jumper just outside the paint, no good, and be a foul on the other end from Spell.
Seen Maggie Spell really emerge as a top player for this Monessen Florist team, as only an 8th grader.
London Creech misses there. Pulled down by Olzak, and that one's way too hard off the glass. And ball comes our way. Turnover as Bella Corrado with the errant pass. I think it's funny that Spell is only in 8th grade and she still has to be determined on her.
Well, Spell's a Thomas Jefferson girl. She's one of 2 8th graders on this team, but
she'll be playing for Lisa Fairman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll eventually. She's heading into her 8th grade year, so she's not even in high school yet. Very impressive the way that she's been able to play against high school players.
Kate Clark gets the foul call, and she'll head to the line for 2. How many do you think she'll drop in middle school ball?
If she's dropping this many against players that she won't play against in another year, I think I'd say she's a good bet to average over 20.
I would have to agree. I mean, she's really been impressive this summer, and especially for only going into 8th grade.
Yeah, I think Lisa Fairman's got to be pretty excited to have her and talented crop of young players over at TJ.
Kate Clark makes 1 of 2 from the line. 8 minutes remaining here in the first half. 14-13, Monessen Florist leads. You can tell that the intensity is very high this game from both benches as Jasmine Fisher drives in. No good. Pulled down by Bria Ringloff. Broken up by Still. And Macy Miller will drive into the corner with it. Throws it away to Essence Davis, and Davis throws it away trying to get it to Spell, running down the near sideline. It'll go back to Lee Supply, so some hectic play here midway through the first half.
Lee Supply trying to provide some drama here in the girls division. Nice shot there by Skylar Still for 2.
Freshman from West Mifflin, she's been impressive as well thus far this summer, as Essence Davis will can't corral it, and it will be Lee Supply basketball.
Lee Supply, if they win this game, they move to 2-7. It would put Monessen Florist at 2-8, and would give Edward Jones a shot to clinch a playoff spot in the next game.
Yeah, that will definitely be an interesting development. You know, if you're Monessen Florist, you certainly just want to win, and you're in.
Yeah, and Edward Jones has a tough task in the final game against AMB Industries, the defending champions.
Yeah, that's going to be a really, tall task for them, as Kate Clark drives in, gives it an open. Essence Davis gives Monessen Florist the lead back 16-15. Jasmine Fisher down the lane, right-hand floater, rolls around the rim and falls in. Another mass substitution here for Monessen Florist.
Full line change.
Kate Clark crosses over, crosses the timeline. Wide open is Essence Davis again. Easy bucket and some back and forth action here in this second game of the night. 18-17. Monessen Florist leads. Jasmine Fisher looks for a screen, doesn't get one, but she'll pull it out back in between her legs. Trying to work on Kate Clark. Fisher drives in, puts her head down and knocks off the bottom of the backboard, and here comes Kate Clark from Monessen Florist. Clark over to Ringloff, thought about the 3 pump fakes, drives in, right hand, and they're going to give her the and one opportunity. It looked like Massey had been set, but officials disagree, as give her the and one opportunity. I thought that she might have been set there.
I thought she was too, but hey, I'm not wearing a striped shirt.
Right,
so.
it's much harder to determine, from here rather than out there, and that's why we give these officials a lot of credit. They have to deal with a lot of stuff going on. A lot of comments.
Yeah, I'd say so.
A lot of criticism.
Yeah, I'm sure some of it's warranted, but
yeah,
But
I mean, hey, no one's a professional here, that's for sure, and even professionals get a lot of calls wrong. So we, got to give, the guys in stripes a lot of credit.
No one's perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Still drives in. She gets an and one herself. 2019. Chance to knot it up at 20 here.
And there you go. You can't be upset because you just got an opportunity on one end.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want the officials to blow the whistle, then you want them to blow the whistle. But I think what coaches mainly want to say is don't blow the whistle on us.
Right, exactly. Still misses that one, but Creech will come down with a second chance opportunity. Out to Fisher, who misses her 3-pointer, still saves it, and it'll come to Stelany Lewiston.
Nice defense there by Creech. Another turnover.
Yeah, wow, this is just some sloppy play from both teams.
I think if Lee Supply wants to win this game, they need Jasmine Fisher to lead the way offensively. As she tries to go in there, draw a foul, can't do it, saves it, and gets it to Macy Miller.
Miller with the air ball floater. It'll be on the line, going down the other way. MoFlo basketball.
Lee Supply, of course not. They don't have Jenna Dawson in uniform tonight. That's a big void to fill.
Yeah, one of the top scorers in the league, not with Lee Supply tonight.
One of the best three-point shooters as well.
Yeah, and an experienced player as well, as Lewiston nearly got it stolen away from her.
A backcourt violation.
As Lewiston gave to Lainey Yater, she kind of pivoted and was ready to go, but that back foot crossed the timeline, and it'll be Lee Supply basketball. Another turnover from Monessen Florist. And another turnover. This one just happened to be on Lee Supply. Still got the ball, ran into Creech, and kind of just 1-2 stepped without dribbling, and that's not what you want to see if you're Lee Supply. You know, some opportunities there as Hannah Pugliese misses an open layup, and Jasmine Fisher falls down. Another, oh man, just a lot of turnovers.
Monessen Florist dodged a bullet there. Chad gives you a high five.
Yeah,
I don't take high fives because I don't want corruption in this division.
Yeah, I'm, got the high five, just to not be rude, but I'm impartial to who wins.
Exactly.
Not that I don't care, because it is,
we definitely care, but
yeah. We just want it to be good, competitive games and a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
So Corrins will get it in the corner, gives it to Pugliese, top of the key, drives in, and that one is good for Hannah Pugliese. 22-19, just under 4 minutes here remaining in the first half. Fisher hands off to Creech. Creech trying to drive in on Yater. She'll kick it out to Still. Pass is a little out of the reach of Still, and it will go to Monessen Florist. Yater drives the lane and out of bounds off of Yater. And it'll go to Lee Supply. Just a lot of turnovers here, I mean, but for both teams, it's happening frequently, so it's not putting anyone at a severe disadvantage, but it's not good,
It's not much of a surprise considering the young players that are out on the court. They only have, this Lee Supply team only has one senior in Jasmine Fisher. Monessen Florist, Stephanie Lutzen's the only senior. So it's a lot of young players getting an opportunity here with a lot on the line.
Yeah, so definitely a good experience builder for both teams. Pugliese with a jab step, drives in with her right hand. Nice move from Hannah Pugliese. 24-19, extending the lead to 5.
She's only a sophomore.
Their largest lead of the night. Creech crosses over into the lane, hard off the glass, and it's good for 2. Gets the lead back, trim it back to 3.
She's a freshman. I think I'm just going to say that after
London Creech is a freshman?
She's a freshman at Woodland Hills, yeah.
And she is, that's impressive. She's really, really impressed me so far this year. And Pugliese with missing the easy layup. Tried to draw a charge, but nothing there. Still flips it up, and it's good for 2.
Nice job.
24-23. And
now turnover.
Another turnover as Macy Miller airballs a step-back jumper. I don't know how that happened. I mean, 3 Monessen Florist players around, and no one was able to grab that ball.
You can tell, Joe, that fatigue's starting to set in here for Lee Supply. Monessen Florist.
Macy just is deep 3. It's off the mark.
Monessen Florist has 5 subs, only 1 sub for Lee Supply. So fatigue definitely going to become a factor here for Lee Supply, and Monessen Florist is going to have to take advantage of it. Keep your foot on the gas pedal and try to extend a 1-point lead.
As the original starting lineup checks in for Monessen Florist, it will be Clark, Spell, Ringloff, Davis, and Corrado. Creech crosses the timeline into the forecourt. Couple crossover dribbles, pull up 3, no good. Ringloff pulls it down, and here comes Monessen Florist. They have numbers. Hands off to Spell. Spell with her left hand takes it out to the 3-point line, rattles off the rim, pulled down by Lee Supply. Here come, and another turnover. It just seems like if Lee Supply could cut down on their turnovers, they would be able to pull out in front of this. But the same goes for Monessen Florist. If you could, either of these teams could clean up their play, they're going to be able to benefit from that a lot. Kate Clark drives the lane. Kate Clark tried to flip it up, got blocked, and then Bella Corrado thought it was going to be out on them, tried to save it, and unfortunately for them, it was going to be Monessen Florist basketball. Still pulls up for 3 from Creech, no good. bounces around, and Essence Davis comes up with it.
Oh. Lucky bounce there from Monessen Florist. Essence Davis, a nice job of capitalizing there. Makes it a 3-point game, final minute here in the first half.
It hit off someone's face.
It hit off a couple
right,
faces,
yeah.
I think, in that scrum.
Bounced right to Essence Davis, still driving into a crowd of Monessen Florist defenders.
I think if you're Lee Supply, that's what you want to do. You want to take the ball to the basket, try to maybe get some of these Monessen Florist players in foul trouble, get to the free throw line, and capitalize when you can.
Still at the line for two. 44 seconds remaining here in the first half. 26-23 lead for Monessen Florist, who looks to clinch a playoff spot tonight. Lee Supply looks to keep their hopes alive as still goes 0 for 2 from the line. Kate Clark with a long pass up to Bria Ringloff. No good, but she'll get her own rebound. Put it in. Here comes Lee Supply. Really need a bucket here if you're Lee Supply. Jasmine Fisher will run some clock, and it looks like they might hold for the last shot. Kate Clark trying to play some on-ball defense. No count. Fisher will drive in. Left hand scoops it up. No good. And Essence Davis will pull it down. Kate Clark with a pass up to Bella Corrado. Corrado to Spell. Spell from the corner for three. Yes, it's good. 31-23, Monessen Florist lead, 10 seconds remaining. Into Creech. Creech crosses the timeline. Turned over again. Clark with 2 seconds left. Gives it to Spell. Spell for three. It's an air ball, but Monessen Florist able to capitalize on some Lee Supply turnovers there at the end of the half, pulling into halftime with a 31-23 lead. We'll be back here in a few minutes to give you your halftime leaders and some more words from our sponsors. Welcome back to March's Court Time here in Elizabeth Township. I'm Mon Valley correspondent Joe Sabalek, along with assistant sports editor Jose Negron, bringing you the halftime statistics for Monessen Florist. Your leading scorers, Essence Davis with 6, Bria Ringloff with 5, Hannah Pugliese with 4, Maggie Spell also with 6, Stelany Lewiston with 3, Bella Corrado with 2, Macy Justice with 2, Riley Corrins with 2. Kate Clark with 1. For Lee Supply, Skylar still leads all scorers with 9 points. Jasmine Fisher with 6, Macy Miller with 6, and London Creech with 2. So those are your halftime statistics. A 31-23 advantage here for Monessen Florist taking on Lee Supply here in the second game of the night. A big one, playoff implications. Monessen Florist, win and you're in. Lee Supply, keep your hopes alive as we're back underway. Lee Supply with the basketball. Jasmine Fisher will run the point. Try to work on Macy Justice. Over to Skylar Still to Creech. Creech crosses over. Left-handed pass over in the corner to Still. Still drives baseline floater, yes, and she's into double digits with 11. Ringloff over to Hannah Pugliese. Pugliese for 3, it's off. Creech will pull down the rebound. Creech with a wild shot, can't get it to go. Off the side of the backboard, and Pugliese will throw it away to Still. Give it to Creech. Creech trying to look for an opening. Creech with a 3-point jumper off the front of the rim. Here comes Moflo. Long cross-court pass to Riley Corrins. Corrins dribbles in once, no good, but there's Hannah Pugliese to clean it up. Some pressure by Monessen Florist. Pays off, and it will be Lewiston coming up with it, and she'll be fouled. It will be on number 4, Macy Miller. Lewiston inbounds, far side under the hoop, and she'll throw it to no one as Lee Supply will get a chance to trim the lead here. Massey inside, nice right-handed take. Trim the lead to 6, 33-27. We're just underway here in the second half for Marxist court time as Riley Corrins will throw inside to Hannah Pugliese at the free throw line, who drives in and gets fouled. She'll go to the line for 2.
Tough spot for Lee Supply to be in, down by 6. You kind of just want to take it one possession at a time, but you got to get these defensive stops. Try and get a run here. Down by 6, especially like we mentioned. Fatigue sets in at some point. Nice break at the halftime intermission for these Lee Supply girls, but tough when you only have one player on the bench.
I'm sure Coach Slegus will utilize those timeouts well as Pugliese misses both. And Lee Supply will come down the other end. Still gives to cutting Fisher. Fisher flips one up, and it's good.
It's exactly what Lee Supply needs. Get some defensive stops, get some points on the other end of the floor. Play strong defense.
Lewiston almost loses it out of bounds in the corner. Give to Corrins in the near side wing. Corrins in between her legs, and she's guarded closely by Creech. Gives it off to Macy Justice. Lewiston. Throw inside to Pugliese. Wide open with her left hand, and she will be fouled. Going to the line for 2 more. Your Monessen Florist, you need to knock down your free throws because they've had some free throw struggles in the past. This is a place to make some easy shots as Pugliese will go to the line for 2.
Nice defense there by Creech, but I think kind of jumped a little bit and got called for that foul. She stays still a little bit more. Maybe she gets the benefit.
She played really good defense up to that, but I think she got caught on a screen, and Pugliese was able to get open as she knocks down 1 of 2, making it a 5-point game. Still hands off to Creech. Creech, left hand, crosses over again. Driving in with the left hand, it's no good. Pulled down by Lewiston. Lewiston, left hand, kicks it out to Corrins in the corner, but there will be a offensive foul call on Lewiston. Out of control, going into the lane. And she ran over London Creech. Some pressure by Monessen Florist. Lee Supply with numbers as they're able to break it. Creech with her 3rd and 4th point of the night. 34-31. Quickly up the floor goes Yater, but she'll pull it out. gets a pick from Pugliese. Yater loses it, and Creech will come up with it all alone with the left hand. Too strong off the front of the iron. And it'll rim out as it'll stay Lee Supply basketball.
5 subs in for Monessen Forest, 1 sub in for Lee Supply as Tatum Olchak will come in for London Creech, and a whole crop of Monessen Forest players, including Essence Davis, Bella Corrado, Bria Ringloff, Maggie Spell, and Kate Clark.
Jasmine Fisher across the timeline. Thinking about the screen from Massey, but elects against it. Gets one from Olzak. Fisher for 3, no good. Still with a big rebound, and she'll get fouled going to the line for 2. Smallest player on the court for either team is able to come up with the rebound.
Yeah, and Monessen Forest, I think, has a decided advantage size-wise right now. You know, with Davis on the court, Ringloff has size, Maggie Spell has size. You know, even Bella Corrado and Kate Clark.
Bigger guards.
Yeah, they're bigger guards, so credit to Lee Supply and the hustle that they've been able to show to do as well as they have rebounding-wise. And, hey, Lee Supply, only 1 player on the bench against 10 on the other side, doing a good job of staying within this game.
She misses the second one. Essence Davis will throw to Maggie Spell. He throws inside to Bella Corrado. She gets it blocked, but is that Essence Davis right
Davis,
there?
a nice job with the putback.
Davis with a putback, make it 4-point lead for Monessen Forest. Still with a pull-up 3. It's no good, and here comes Bria Ringloff, who gets it stripped from behind. Macy Miller with a 3 of her own. Off the side of the rim, bounces to Corrado.
I think Lee Supply is just forcing it too much. I mean, got to get some better shots here.
Yeah, especially when your 3s aren't falling. Essence Davis on the other end tries a 3 of her own. Here comes Still, but, you know, if you're Lee Supply, you've been benefiting from easy layups, and I think that's where you need to keep your chips at.
Yeah, and you got to take advantage of every offensive opportunity when you're kind of outmatched player-wise, and a good job there by Angelina Massey. Gets the floater to fall and draws the foul, a chance to complete the 3-point play.
It'll be 3 on Essence Davis. We were just talking about, you know, not forcing it on the outside, more of, you know, using what you have to your advantage. And you have a lot of quick players. I think that Lee Supply does have the, you know, agility advantage. They're a quicker team.
Yeah.
And that's where you need to, you know, benefit from. Whereas Monessen Florist is, you know, you can make your money off your rebounding and your size.
Lee Supply, I mean, they can shoot the 3 for sure. I mean, they have that ability, but hey, get to the basket, try and, you know, draw some fouls, like I said a little earlier, you know, try and get the opposition in foul trouble and make something happen.
It'll stay Monessen Florist basketball. They'll inbound far side to the right of the hoop.
36-34, Monessen Forest lead, 11:25 to go here in the second half.
Maggie Spell, left hand, into the lane, kicks out to Corrado. Corrado got the handle on it, throws inside to Kate Clark on the left block. That one's way too hard off the glass, and here comes London Creech. Creech up to Jasmine Fisher. Fisher, nice little 13-foot jump shot, and they tie it up, all knotted up at 36. Lee Supply will take the timeout.
11:03 to go, tie game, 8-point Monessen Forest lead at halftime, and Lee Supply doing a good job here in the second half.
First 5 minutes have been very beneficial for the girls in green. Slagus will call her timeout and get her girls a breather. Send it over to Jose for another word from our sponsors.
Foster House 2 Sports Bar and Grill, located at 1 Cook Road in Bell Vernon, serves their famous King sandwiches 7 days a week, while also serving pizza and pizza burgers all day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Come enjoy one of their 12 ice-cooled beers on draft, along with a wide variety of bottled beer, mixed drinks, and frozen margaritas. Foster House 2 is the perfect atmosphere for enjoying food and drinks with friends and family while watching all your favorite sporting events on their big screen TVs. The Foster House 2 is proud to support all the local sports teams throughout the Mon Valley. Come and see them for a great time today. Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and surprisingly great rates on home and auto insurance? That place is State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Warnick is your go-to agent in the Mon Valley for the service you deserve at the price you want. Stop shopping around. State Farm agent Brian Warnick has you covered. Call 412-668-0111 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Thanks, Jose. Always want to give credit to our great sponsors.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to our MVISBL Girls Division sponsors as well. AMB Industries, Monessen Florist, Edward Jones, Lee Supply, Cedarbrook, and Dax Thomas State Farm.
Back underway here, and immediately a Monessen Florist turnover. So we were just talking about cleaning it up, and I think Lee Supply has done enough as to where you're getting more shots rather than turnovers.
Yeah, I think Lee Supply's done a good job of creating a little bit of chaos, but I think it's more so just the youth of Monessen Florist. You know, you're going to have these little lapses of struggles, but
as you will with any other young team.
Yeah, absolutely, and got a full line change coming on here to try to change the momentum here for Monessen Florist.
Lee Supply with the ball. Creech, couple crossover dribbles into the lane at the free throw line. Gives to Fisher inside the three-point line.
Nice defense here by Kate Clark and Bria Ringloff on Fisher and Creech.
Fisher calling for the screen. Refuses it. Throws a wild one up, and it'll be a foul call on Skylar Still.
U5 coming in, and including Hannah Puglisi, who I think is the big difference. You want the ball in her hands. This is the time where you need a player to take over. Puglisi is that type of player as she re-enters.
I think, personally, that she is a great spot-up shooter. She's a good 3-and-D kind of player. You know, she can shoot the three, play good defense, but also big enough and agile enough to rebound and play the post a little bit.
Yeah, we've seen we saw her play a lot more in the post last season. You know, especially when Emily Vienick was kind of controlling things as a veteran on the point.
Macy Justice unable to connect on that three-point shot.
I think Puglisi has kind of taken it upon herself to try to do
more.
Just about everything. Really.
Yeah, right. I mean, when you lose someone like Vienick, it's a tough loss and someone you need to replace, and Puglisi has done that well. Monessen Florist with an opportunity to take the lead here, and they do. It is Riley Corrins all alone on the other end. Nearly stolen. Creech somehow pulls it out. Here she comes down the other end. Left-handed shot, no good. Rebounded by Olzak. Misses the shot, and here comes Monessen Florist. Yater to Lewiston. Lewiston for three. Just misses, and Yater pulls it down, gives to Justice. Justice with a three of her own. That rattles around, no good. Fight for it, and Puglisi comes down with it. Muscles one up, no good. Jasmine Fisher crosses the timeline, left hand. It's good. Knotting it back up at 38 with 9 minutes remaining here in the second half. Yater with a long pass up the court to Justice. Justice drives baseline, uses her right hand, gets blocked, but foul is going to be called on London Creech.
That looks like a clean block by Massey there on that one, but.
Or is that on Massey?
I believe it was on Massey.
Was on Massey, not Creech, so my apologies.
Justice hits the first, and Skylar Still will come in for Tatum Olchak, and again, no Emma Reynolds, no Casey Batanti, no Jenna Dawson, just to name a few, as Justice hits both to make it 40-38, under 9 minutes to go here. Monessen Florist leading by 2.
Justice, the sophomore guard from Trinity. Trinity well represented in the league. So we get a drive from Still. Tosses one up, no good, and it'll be fought over from Corrins and Creech. It'll be a jump ball. Going to Monessen Florist. Chad Corrado saying it's the little things, and that's certainly what you need in a game like this where it's a lot of back and forth, a lot of turnovers. The little things are going to be what makes the difference as we see Corrins here running the point now. Nice crossover dribble into the lane. Ripped it through, but she can't finish, and here comes Creech. Creech, right side, near wing, gives it inside to a wide open Massey. Went over the back of Yater, gets it back and gives to Creech, who will knock down a triple. 41-40, Lee Supply leads. Nearly stolen, Yater
Dangerous pass there by Corrins.
gives it to Pugliese, who will go and connect on the other end, 42-41. Now we're starting to see some pretty fast-paced play, some good basketball from both teams as Creech will throw to Fisher, who almost gets it stolen, and she does get it stolen this time by Lewiston. Lewiston looks to Macy Justice, right block. Nice pump fake, goes up and scores 44-41. Monessen Florist lead. Macy Miller drives past Pugliese. Nice pass inside to Massey, who will get fouled and go to the line for 7:30 remaining in the contest. Both teams starting to come into their own here. It looks like Jose is, less turnovers for both teams and more made shots.
Yeah, you know that this is crunch time. 7.5 minutes to go here in the second half, and a 3-point lead for Monessen Forest. A lot on the line. Again, Monessen Forest wins. They are in the playoffs. A loss allows Edward Jones to stay in the hunt and allows Lee Supply to stay in the hunt as well.
Riley Corrins gives to Pugliese. Pugliese drives with her right, no good. London Creech with the rebound, and here comes Lee Supply looking to cut it. Nice flip shot. What an athletic move by London Creech.
Unbelievable play there by London Creech to make it a 1-point game. Even Mariah Ward, Cedarbrook's head coach, loves that from London Creech.
I mean, what a move from London Creech with enough body control to, almost switch hands midair, go up with her left, and be able to have enough touch to get it to fall.
Listen, I'll tell you what. I'm a former Woodland Hills guy, and this Woodland Hills girls team is looking pretty good for the upcoming season and for the future. London Creech, only a freshman coming into the Woodland Hills girls program. Jasmine Fisher, her Lee Supply teammate as well. A senior, Jasmine Dunn from Cedarbrook, is a Woodland Hills player, and so is Carmen Vasquez from Edward Jones, only a sophomore. So Woodland Hills very well represented. I think Fisher was, I believe, the only Woodland Hills representative last year, but they noticed what the league was doing for their players, and good representation for the good old Wolverines.
Making you proud.
Yeah,
Is he an alum?
Yeah, spent kindergarten through 8th grade at Woodland Hills. I spent more years there than I did at my good old Norwin High School. So
yeah, I think that would make you an alum, I think.
Yeah, I always want to support what he had.
Back underway here, 7 minutes remaining, 44-43 lead here for Monessen Florist. I'm Joe Sabalak along with Jose Negron. We get a three from Bella Corrado off the side of the rim, pulled down by London Creech. Here she comes. Some pressure in the backcourt from
Good
Spell.
defense by Spell. Two young players going head-to-head right there.
Fisher gives to the corner to Macy Miller, wide open, and she knocks it down. 46-44 lead for Lee Supply. Just a breakdown on defense from Monessen Florist left Macy Miller wide open, and she benefits from it as Corrado will stop at the free throw line, gives it to Spell. Left wing triple. Yes, it is good for Maggie Spell. Gives Monessen Florist the lead, 47-46, with just under 6:30 remaining.
Chad Corrado wanted a full court press.
Creech with a three of her own.
49-47 Lee Supply.
What a couple of possessions here as we're going to have a heat check for Maggie Spell. We won't, as Kate Clark gets it around the logo. Gets a screen from Bria Ringloff, guarded by Creech now. Gives inside to Essence Davis. Nice move from Essence Davis. Can't finish. It's rebounded. She tries to save it, and it'll go to Lee Supply. 49-47 lead for Lee Supply. Some urgency from both squads here. The intensity has obviously been amped up in the last 8 minutes of this game as Jasmine Fisher drives in, right hand, scoop shot off the glass. It's good. 51-47 lead for Lee Supply. Their biggest of the night. Corrado with pressure in the backcourt.
Lee Supply, they're playing with energy. I mean, these girls have played all game. As Macy Miller, I believe, going to get called for the foul there, but
only her second, luckily.
This group of six that Lee Supply has playing with a lot of energy, and A lot on the line. 4-point lead here. Under 5.5 to go. Monessen Florist needs to get things going here.
Clark. Crossover dribble, guarded by Still. Gives it to Ringloff, having a little trouble with it.
Nice defense by Skylar Still, creating some havoc.
They're going to call
a foul on Creech.
On Creech, it'll be the 1-and-1. And here we go. You know, we talked about we would like to see the free throw statistics for the entire league. This one going to be decided probably by some more free throws.
Yeah.
As Kate Clark at the line for the 1-and-1 opportunity here. Very important free throws coming up for number 3 as she knocks the first one down.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Lee Supply, maybe this is what you want to do. Send Monessen Florist to the line and make them beat you there. But at the same time, you can't be fouling. And there's a
foul, or the
lane violation.
Shot was off, but
I think they called it on Kate Clark.
Kate Clark stepped over the line. 51-48 lead for Lee Supply now. 5 minutes remaining. Lee Supply inbounds, and here comes Jasmine Fisher running the court. Guarded by Clark. With her right hand, drives in left side, blocked. She tried to stop on a dime, but she dragged her back foot a little bit, kind of hopped. Turnover for Lee Supply, and here comes Monessen Florist inbounding. There's some pressure from Lee Supply. This is a bold move by Caitlin Slagus to give pressure as Maggie Spell sets up for 3. It's way off, air ball.
Nice save by Davis.
Saved by Essence Davis, and Ringloff will give inside to Bella Corrado. Right hand up. Wild shot off the glass, no good. Coach Caitlin Slagus imploring for her team to slow it down. 4:30 remaining. London Creech, near side corner, guarded by Ringloff. Creech gives to Still. She flips one up. It's no good, but she somehow gets her own rebound. Skylar Still gives to Creech just inside the 3-point line. She'll take it out to the near side wing, close to the half-court line and scorer's table. 4 minutes remaining.
If you're Lee Supply, you just want to control the ball, take some time off the clock here, but good defense by Monessen Florist, Maggie Spell, and Bria Ringloff.
Miller for 3. It's up. Off and Still with another rebound.
Oh, almost got it to Creech. Goes right through her hands.
I don't know if that's on Creech. That ball was at her feet almost, so, you know, can't really fault her for that. But wow, look at Skylar Still. I'd like to see her rebounding statistic at the end of the night with how many she has, you know, being a, you know, a
5'3" guard who can rebound like that.
5'3", I was going to say 5'2". Really, you know, a short guard, but she does not play like it. And she does not play like a freshman either.
Kind of like Devin Whitlock in the boys division. You know, not the biggest kid, but he can rebound like with the best of them.
Right. We get Macy Justice kicking over to Lewiston. Lewiston, left hand, kicks out to Justice for 3. It's well short. Pulled down by Jasmine Fisher, who will bring it up herself. Crosses the 3-point line, flips one up, no good. Rebounded by Pugliese, knocked around, and she will come down with it. Pugliese by herself. And she'll get an contested layup to go as back to within 1.
Lee Supply needs a bucket.
Macy Miller, no good. Lainey Yater with it. She'll take it up herself behind her back. Running into some trouble. She's hassled by Creech, but a foul will be called on Creech. Her 4th foul and a 1-and-1 opportunity for Lainey Yater.
Rachel.
So 1-and-1 opportunities for Lainey Yater. She steps to the line. Big shots here, 2:45 remaining. Off the rim, and
nice rebound by Lutzen.
Pull it down, give to Macy Justice for 3. Off the rim, but it's stripped away from Pugliese by Macy Miller. Miller. Crossover dribble gives to Creech. Lainey Yater with the pressure around the half
almost.
Line. almost a half-court violation. Backcourt violation, I should say, as we get a timeout here from Lisa. But
I will say that
hard.
it wasn't backcourt. That was a good call. That was a good no call.
Yeah, and it's very hard to determine, especially if you're sitting on the baselines there, you know, and you have no line to, you know, determine off of.
Right.
He definitely had the best view from it, and I think that was probably the right call.
Yeah, 2:15 to go. 1 point lead here for Lee Supply, and you heard Monessen Florist coaches saying, hey, if London Creech goes in, I want you to take a charge. He has 4 fouls, so that's a big development here. Last 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Creech is one of their best offensive and defensive players, so Lee Supply needs her on the court here during this final stretch with a 1 point lead.
Important 2:15 here for both teams as the seasons hang in the balance. Massey will inbound and
Steal by
away.
Justice.
Yater coming down near side, gives to Riley Corrins. Gives back to Yater. Yater back to Corrins with a three-pointer. No good, and it just bounces right off the hands of Skylar Still.
Couple Lee Supply girls down there for the
I
rebound.
don't think she was expecting it to be an air ball, as Whiston will throw over the top to Pugliese. Pugliese.
This is what you want if you're Monessen Forest. You want Pugliese to drive to the hoop against London Creech, but now Creech switches off to Corrins.
Pugliese inside. And no block. Just say she missed the shot. It was off the support beam, and it'll be Lee Supply basketball. 1:45 remaining.
Nice defense by Monessen Florist. And jump ball called.
It'll stay Lee Supply basketball. 1:30 remaining.
No more timeouts here for Lee Supply either, so that's something to keep an eye on.
Jasmine Fisher will.
2 seniors going head-to-head here, Stelany Lutzen and Jasmine Fisher.
And it'll be stolen by Yater. What a play by Lainey Yater. Gives to Leuston. Misses it, but there's Pugliese. Puts it up and in. 52-51 with 1:15 remaining. Pressure from Monessen Florist. They get it into Still. Still. Pressure in the backcourt by Justice. Gives it to Creech. Far side. Gets across the half-court line. Fisher into the lane. Blocked by Hannah Pugliese. There's going to be a foul on Jasmine Fisher. Pugliese will go to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity still. Hannah Pugliese with some massive free throws here for Monessen Florist. She's 1 for 4 tonight. She would really like these ones. It's up. It's off. No good, but it's tracked down by Lewiston. Pugliese will give it to Yater. To Corrins.
Supply wants the foul.
To Yater. Still 45 seconds left, but so I think the plan is to attempt to foul Pugliese, who's having a little trouble at the line. 1 for 5 thus far tonight.
Big rebound there on that miss by Lutzen. She misses the first, and continuous struggles here for Monessen Florist from the line, giving Lee Supply further life.
Pugliese with her second. And that one's good. Gives Monessen Florist a 2-point lead. Monessen Florist still with the pressure. Gives it to Still. No trap. London Creech now. Drives left side. Into the corner. Guarded by Yater. She'll drive baseline now. And Monessen Florist wanting to travel. I think they had a legitimate gripe, but you got to be careful if you're Monessen Florist bench right now. You can tell that the official was looking over here thinking about maybe giving a technical.
And that's not the best time for that.
No, not at all. As Jasmine Fisher somehow doesn't travel, gets it stripped away by Lewiston. Gator over the top to Pugliese, and they're going to foul her. 20 seconds left. Hannah Pugliese goes to the line for two. She could put the game out of reach here.
Well, Lisa Ply, that's been quite some time since they have been able to score a basket. Been allowed to stick around here by Monessen Florist struggles.
Big free throws here from Pugliese. First one is up, and it's good. Making them when they matter. If she can knock down this one, all the other free throw troubles will definitely be erased. That's for sure. Big shot from Pugliese, and that's what you do. You know, if you're a big player like her, you really want to knock them down when they count. She definitely did.
Yeah, if you're Monessen Florist here,
almost
the
goes
ball.
in as Pugliese gets fouled again. And clutch free throws from Hannah Pugliese.
Put it away, Hannah.
55-51, 8 seconds remaining. If she knocks down these, it's probably going to be out of reach. And I think it is already, but this will just further solidify that.
Yeah, Monessen Florist surviving here in this one. Pugliese misses the first. It's still a 4-point lead, 8.7 seconds to go, and looks like Monessen Florist is going to head to the postseason here in the MVISBL Girls Division.
Second one is up and no good, but it will stay in Monessen Florist basketball. No box out from Lee Supply, and Riley Corns was able to get a hand on it and fight over it, and it ended up going out on Lee Supply. Only 6.5 seconds remaining. Corns over the top. Lewiston, she'll be fouled with 4 seconds remaining.
That's 5 on London Creech.
That's going to do it here, unless we get some Reggie Miller type comeback. Performance.
I mean, it's not unrealistic.
I think it is.
But, you know.
I think at this point, if you would have to rush down so quickly, get a shot up, and then foul, have them miss, and then another 3-point, heave. I think that would be it'd be very hard for Monessen Florist to mess this lead up or surrender it. She knocks down the second one. And no shot, and Monessen Florist will head to the playoffs. As the 4th seed, 56-51, they take this second game of the night over Lee Supply. So Lee Supply, with a valiant effort, but unfortunately for them, comes up just short. Jose, what a game. We've had a couple good games here early on tonight, and hopefully this last one between AMD and Edward Jones will be a good one. Yeah, definitely some great basketball here and excellent play from both squads.
Yeah, Monessen Florist, got to give them credit for battling back there at the end. And, Lee Supply, only 6 players, and they were able to make it a game. So kudos to both teams. Congratulations to Monessen Florist for advancing to the postseason here. And we'll have coverage here, the final game of the night, AMD Industries and Edward Jones.
And we will grab the final stats of the night real quick. And I guess we won't. So we'll get that in tomorrow's edition of the Mon Valley Independent. For Joe Sabalak, Jose Negron, we will have Alex Lyons and Nick Hickson ball on the coverage for next game.